Well, well, well. It is Monday evening. So, good evening and happy Monday. I missed my upload on last Friday, but honestly, it was a really quick day. I am playing Battlefield 1, older game, in preparation for Battlefield 6 operations, where there's two different teams, they push each other, and a bunch of crazy garbage happens. Recapping Friday, today, and again, this is me, a new high school chemistry teacher, kind of recording my day-to-day videos on how each day works and just my overall thoughts on how everything's going. Because goodness, it's a lot. No way. No! So on Friday, I was finishing my week of training before kids got on campus. And Friday was supposed to be a pretty easy day. We were going to do two different trainings and then break out into our teams, kind of review any last minute questions, material, and set up our classrooms. And then just have time on our own to work. Which is, I guess, in my opinion, standard. I've only worked at one other district, but to my knowledge, that was about the same thing that happened previously. And we got there on Friday, did our training. We did all of our safety stuff that was mandatory for everyone who worked at the school. Uh-oh. Perfect. Will he revive me? I think he will. Nope, he's gone. And right after we got to work, we found out, oh, well, guess what? All of our Wi-Fi is out. Not just for us, but for the whole district, the Wi-Fi was out. So we actually got to go home early because there's nothing we could really do. So on Friday, they're like, if your classroom is set up to the best of what you have, then go ahead and head out. So I headed home. But that was pretty much it. Friday was really easy. So I was like, I'll just add this into Monday's video because there's not really a whole lot to say about Friday. It was honestly really quick. I was there for maybe 2.5 hours. So today was more of a full day. Today the freshmen were the only students on campus. They had students come in early so they could actually run through their classes, kind of figure things out, which I thought honestly was really cool. A lot of schools don't do this, to my knowledge. But here they have the freshmen come on campus, and then some juniors, seniors, some class leaders, school leaders kind of show up, and those kids show the kids the ropes, basically, on how to be a student, which is really, really cool. There's about 2,000 total students on campus, and freshman class is pretty large. So having them come on campus early to try and figure out, hey, what's going on, and how am I going to figure out being a student, is really cool. They were walking around campus, and while they were doing that, I actually don't teach freshmen, so what happened with the other teachers was if you don't currently have freshmen, you did not have a free day. You were still planning, because obviously you have time without kids to situate your classroom and ask any questions you might have about the school, about systems. So that's pretty much what I did. I used that time to go and hang out with my cohort teachers who also teach chemistry and teach science, and I looked at their classrooms, try to see, okay, what are they setting up? How do their classrooms look? Why did they put it that way? And then kind of some basic deals on what they understand from the beginning of the year, how they like to start, and why. Just to help myself, because I've never taught high school before. I've never taught chemistry before, so all of these things are brand new to me. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, and I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So if they're doing things that are already working, there is no need for me to shake things up. If that's what works for the kids and the kids enjoy it, that's what I would like to do. So got to walk around. Obviously, Samson, my therapy dog, he went to school with me, and of course, everyone loves him. So he's the favorite between all the staff and students. Kids were walking around these large groups touring the campus. They were walking their schedules, so they would get to go into their first period through sixth period class just to find out, okay, where are the teachers, where are the classrooms, and get to play little games for about 15 minutes in each class. And the rest of the day was just doing pretty much a welcome to campus for them, trying to figure out how they feel about high school and get any questions answered before all the other kids get there. Which again, super, super cool that kids get to do that. That is not normal. Uh-oh. No way. So the kids got to do that as they walk around. Of course, everyone's freaking out because there's a dog on campus, and that's not normal. But the kids were really happy to see him. They had a good time. Kind of explaining some brief rules, who he was, why he's on campus. And I really got to, similar to the freshmen, I was grateful for it as a teacher because I got to ask questions to my coworkers. I got to have extra time to set up my classroom, to plan. I got to set up my rosters, set up some class organization, which just means I was able to get my whiteboard set up. I was able to get my seating charts done for all 6 periods and figure out a dry run through of class tomorrow so I don't feel completely in the dark going into tomorrow, which is really, really needed. Because this morning, man, I woke up and I was anxious, man. I was really anxious. Last night before we were going to bed, I told my wife that I needed her to come up with a reason for me not to stay up and pull an all-nighter just to get through the night. I was just going to go play video games the entire night because I was feeling weird. And she was like, hey, just go play video games tomorrow, do your thing, it's going to be fine. So I listened to worship music pretty much the entire night. And I have these little like sleep headphones that I can wear so they don't make any noise that wake her up, which is really nice because I like to sleep with noise. So I use those and those helped, but still this morning, I mean, shoot, I was still kind of freaking out. So after getting to class today and getting to ask all those questions, man, that was much needed. That really did help. Oh man. Footstep audio is weird in this game. So that was really needed. I got to talk to the principal, got to talk to my instructional coach, my other cohort teachers, and just teachers who are in the building too. And something that was really important to establish, but obviously nobody thinks about it if you don't have a dog on campus too, is I don't know the schedule for the day. So I also need to know when my dog can go to the bathroom, how he's going to feel with going to the bathroom, and figure out when I can do that. Because obviously I can't just walk out of the classroom when the dog needs to go. Which I'm really grateful for on campus. They have this, the cat's in here, so she's climbing on me. They have this deal where security team is available at any time to help support teachers with, need to go to the restroom, there's an emergency in the room, there's something that just needs an extra pair of eyes or set of hands, and you dial a number on the phone and security comes and man, they take care of it. So I'm very grateful for that because in elementary school, I can tell you, you don't have that. And it's not because they don't want to do that, I don't know why, but you don't. Elementary school, it was more like, I don't know, it is what it is. Like you might have a teacher, you might not. You might have somebody that can watch your class. And the school district I worked at previously, the support honestly was amazing. But I think it was amazing, and it was the best that they were able to get with the resources they had. And the reality is, in Arizona and all across the United States, teachers are hard to find. And I would say even good teachers. And less than that, not even good teachers, but teachers that care about the kids that want to be there. Which is why, again, I've talked about it so much, finding people that really love the kids and want to be there for the kids, because ultimately that's what makes it worth it. That's what helps the work environment. Man, I am not able to see these guys at all. So, got him on a schedule a little bit, and hopefully that works out. And if I really need anything, then I'm definitely calling those security guys to try and help me out, because I definitely can't do it on my own. But today was fun. Got to connect with a lot of students. The upperclassmen, in between their tours, they were kind of just hanging out and walking around. So obviously they wanted to come check out the classroom with the dog in it. So they came and hung out in the room for quite a while. We're just asking questions because I'm a newer teacher as well. So that was really cool getting to do that. I really appreciated the students asking questions. They genuinely are just really great kids. They would come in and they would immediately introduce themselves and ask what your name is, and like they were really really nice kids. So I have high hopes for this school year, and not that like my previous school's kids weren't nice. They were absolutely nice, but they're obviously younger too, so there's less practice that they've done. I'm dead. Ooh! Less practice that they've done with trying to meet people and make friends. All positive with the kids. They hung out in our class for quite a while, which was different because the elementary school kids, they want to go to recess. They don't really want to sit and talk. So that was definitely new. But I appreciated the change. It was fun. They hung out for a little bit. I say a little bit. It was probably close to 20, 30 minutes. They were hanging out with us. And during that time, that was when I was actually talking with my cohort teacher and trying to ask him, like, hey, give me feedback on the dry run. And every time we tried to talk, kids would come in and ask to see Samson and meet the dog and stuff, which was totally fine. Like that didn't bother me at all. I thought that was a fun experience. I enjoyed it. I was happy to share with the kids. There was a lot of people right there. Goodness. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. That was a really positive experience being there today and learning everybody. Oh, I don't like that. Thank you. Something that I didn't really think about, but I realized I needed to, was the order that which I do things, because tomorrow we're doing a science experiment, the first day of class, and I realized that I jumped in a class in the experiment and the curriculum and didn't set apart a time slot to get to know the kids, and that was helpful for the other teacher being there and be like, dude, you should probably do this first before you get to all that. Get too excited here. So I integrated that for the kids. Try and help out. Help them feel comfortable and understanding, this is my class and this is how we're gonna talk, get to know each other. Oh, these guys are on it. They are really on it. There's already somebody here. He's probably going to be on me right away too. So it was a really nice first day. To finish off the day, they also had Man, that day they had an assembly for the entire freshman class, and then it was put on by the upperclassmen, and the teachers all went. They did their dance routines, did a bunch of games, and just welcomed the kids in. Positive experience, though. The kids really enjoyed it. A lot of the freshmen feel like they're too cool to participate, but quite a few of them jumped in, and it was cool too because security and dude, this guy is on it. Oh my goodness, what a nerd! These guys are ridiculous. It was a cool experience to see all the kids and trying to feel like they're too cool, but also really wanting to participate and get prizes and things. That was fun. No way. All right, that's not good. I'm a little bit in a bad spot here. Yep, very bad spot. And everyone has just been continually really positive about Samson being there, being very welcoming. Today, I can't even count the amount of people that came in to check on me and see how I was doing, make sure I was feeling all right, make sure I had my questions answered before tomorrow. They have been extremely supportive, and I definitely don't know that I would have this kind of confidence without a team like that, because whew, there's a lot of stuff to do. And definitely just from being there, I can already say that high school teachers, at least so far from what I've experienced, these teachers are very professional. They know exactly what they're doing. They know what they want. They know their content. They are good at what they do. And that is very evident, which was a huge step up from elementary school. Elementary school, I definitely felt like, I mean, the content's easier, so you don't need, excuse me, the content's easier, so it doesn't require, I guess, as much planning. You can definitely show up and just wing it and do fine. But man, the amount of links and emails that go out for these high school kids, these teachers, they are figuring stuff out, and they're doing really well. So I'd say personally for me, that's a little intimidating because I'm not organized. I'm not someone who plans ahead. But definitely being surrounded by those teachers, that's going to be something I need to do, just because of that's definitely the vibe with these teachers. So I'll be glad to have some extra accountability and people around me to really make me step up. Oh man, this gun has so much recoil. This is terrible. Legit, I don't even feel like I can. Well, I am not good at this game. And that hurts. Like, this recoil is insane for this gun. Why are they meowing? The cat's meowing right now, and I don't know why. Bro, no way. Got one. There's another there. Oh. Yeah, get some ammo, sir. Get some ammo. Yeah, tomorrow I think my biggest concern is they have something called advisory, which is new to me. Your second period class, after they finish off, you keep them for an additional hour or almost hour. And well, that was good. This gun has no ammo. This is crazy. You keep them for an additional hour and you do an activity with them. And my understanding is the school kind of emails out whatever activity you need and supplies if needed. But obviously it's going to vary from teacher to teacher, and it's not going to be my lessons. So the ability to try and make that mind, get the kids engaged, is going to be new. That's something that I would say concerned about, or definitely is something that I'm thinking about going into tomorrow. But everything else, I mean, genuinely, I feel pretty good about it. I know the reality is it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. I'm going to have to just accept that it's day one, officially, because I'll have full kids. But I'm excited to hear about them. I've already gone through my list of students with exceptionalities and kind of wrote down some quick notes of things just to keep in mind, because obviously there's going to be a lot of things to consider and think about when I'm teaching. It's easy to forget about a lot of that stuff, so thought that might help out. I'm looking forward to it. Man, I don't feel comfortable fighting from all the way over here. The cat's watching. And learning about these kids. I know a lot about 5th grade, and meeting these kids is going to teach me a lot. I think it'll also, what's positive too, is I think it'll help me connect with some of my siblings on the opposite side of the family, and possibly some, yeah, this is getting crazy right here, possibly cousins and things that are older, that just there's a larger age gap between me and them. Some things are just difficult to understand, so I'm looking forward to that. Should be cool. Oh, there's a dude literally in there. I should have looked. Come get me, come get me. Yeah. Thank you. He's right there. Give me. Oh no, I leave that one. We can start losing that one now. I think this is GG. We are really, no. We're getting pushed back in a major way. And tomorrow, I guess I'll have a better answer on, what things I'll need to change and what things I'll need to look at to better support my students. Because I still have yet to meet a lot of them. I met a few on open house. Again, I met about 23, but that's really not many out of the. Oh wow, I should have got that guy. He's coming. Out of the 160 I have. No way! This is why I use the gun with a million bullets. That's crazy. Full clip for nothing. Oh, I need a medic. It's too far, man. Sniper sees me. I wish they did another one of these games. I like the old school ones. I don't like the new ones. At least as much. There's a guy there. He's probably still there. Nope. Guy sees me. No, 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 no. They're coming close. Oh, that's my guy. They're on the other side. That's a grenade. That's not good. There's a lot right here. No, that was such a good spot. There's so many of them right there. Oh no, we're losing both of them. We might take the other one though. That was a nice little spot right there. Yeah, the gaming, I think unfortunately is the reality is it's going to reduce time quite a bit with gaming. I don't know that I'm going to be able to play nearly as much as I want to, which is unfortunate, but I think just that's a byproduct of being a professional. That's okay. It's just something that needs to happen. I'm not really wanting to embrace it, but I think I'm gonna have to. Can I get there? Let's go. There's still another guy right there. He tried to nade me at the last second, like a little nerd. Homie, there. No way! Bro's right here. I'm gonna be marked. Yeah, that was. I got up so slow. Yeah, today was a big day. Very, very nice day. There's a lot of people on campus too. The teachers, I feel like I'm trying to get to know them, but man, there's so many teachers on campus. Some of them were like, "Man, you're doing great on the names." I'm like, "Dude, there is so many of you. I don't feel confident in the slightest with names." That's fire, and there's no way that. Bro. And we're losing it. We're literally losing it. No one's right there. Insane. And we're losing it. Big. Need somebody to get some points from this. Dude. Man, my accuracy is not good. Let's see. My gun does not have very many bullets in it, so I have to like really be careful of when I want to fight somebody. I need 6 more kills, I think, for my challenge, and I don't have to use this thing anymore, because this thing is duty. 15? I mean, shoot, we're close. Look at the jump. Uh-oh. There's so many people. An assist. Let's go. Actually winning. Insane. Didn't even play the full game, but I love it. Tomorrow I'm aiming on going in earlier just because I didn't finish everything on my board, and I also need to bring in some of my supplies from last year that I think will really help the classroom be successful. I think things that are just primarily on my mind are classroom management, just like the bathroom. This school has a very different policy with how the classes are set up, so that's something that worries me. And obviously, the technology being like the focal point of how we teach the kids, that also is a worry. Just how we integrate that, how we protect the students from being distracted, and getting into things they shouldn't. It's definitely a worry in my mind. One tool that was really cool they introduced at the teacher training though is I have access to this application where I can set restrictions on my class for specific times throughout the week, even on weekends, which is kind of crazy. But from say this time to this time, when kids come into my classroom, when that kid is in my class, from that time to that time, even if they're at home, if they're on that computer, they can't use whatever websites that I put in to get blocked. And if it's like a testing day, I can put them into a specific website and not allow them to get into any other websites, which is really cool. I really appreciate that because definitely in elementary school, I was like, dude, that is really hard. Just technology safety. The kids already were asking me too about the phones. They're like, "So, are you a strict teacher?" Or I'm like, "Guys, it's the dumbest question ever. Like, do you have boundaries? Do you have rules?" Yes, 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 and yes. I wouldn't classify myself as a strict teacher. I'm like, obviously, I look like this. I look like a crazy person with long hair and I have a dog. Like, I can't be super uber crazy. Like, there has to be some kind of balance to me if I look like this. I just thought it was really funny. One of the kids was like, "Hey, so where do you stand on phones?" I said, "Dude, put it in a backpack, side of the room. It's for you guys and for me." And a couple of the kids too, they came into class today and they were like, "So phones?" And I said, "Nope, not gonna be allowed in class, and I'm not gonna use my phone either. At least that's gonna be my primary goal with phones. It's not using it." And a few of the kids were like, "Honestly, I like that because we do need some help with the phones. It is kind of excessive, and the students do use them all the time." So I was appreciative. The kids know exactly what's wrong, where do they need help. They know. It's not like this is brand new news to them. It's just whether or not they want to be a part of it. Actually, the cavalry is really cool. Waiting for players to join. Go into another squad. I'm in 4. Squad boost XP. I'm not going to use that. It'll be fine. Actually, wait. Maybe I use the XP. There we go. So maybe we'll get other people. So that'd be pretty cool. Have some support from the kids because they seem on board with at least some of the deals. And again, like the other teachers and the students said, just be straight up, be honest, and there's got to be results. I'm always for it. These games take a really long time, so I'm probably not going to record the entire piece just because it really is. Wow, look at that recoil. Just because these games do take a long time. I'm not gonna make people sit through that. Me dying a whole bunch of times and not getting anybody. Ah! 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 Dude, what is happening? Why can this guy see me? Where's the auto health regen? Hello? There it is. Man, that took a long time. Thought that was a grenade. Just be sneaky. That's not good. It's gonna look this way for a second. Wow, that's close. Not the best spot, but I'll take it. Why did he activate a squad XP with this? I already activated one. I'm very excited to see what it's like to be with high school students from the opposite side of the classroom rather than being the student. I will now be the teacher. Very interested, but so far it seems pretty positive. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Tomorrow I'll have another update. It'll be late again. Most of these videos I've been recording are all during nighttime after my wife goes to bed and talking about everything. We'll see if I have the jitters again tomorrow morning. I probably will, knowing myself. So we'll see how we can address them. But I love everyone watching the videos. I appreciate the views and taking a look at just, you know, another perspective. Please always ask questions too. If you guys have questions or have a comment, shoot, let me know. Try to figure it out, man. Ugh! Or if you're like, hey, I like it when you play this game because at least it's more entertaining or I know what's going on in the background, say that too because that helps. I'm just playing whatever I'm going to have more fun playing. I think that's going to be best for me while I'm doing this, but I get it at times where it's kind of hard for me to focus and talk at the same time. That guy just got off on that. But man, I'm enjoying this. This is much easier than I thought it was going to be, and I'm getting a lot of positive thoughts with just recording everything. Also being able to have these memories saved for a year or two later down the road. Oh, dude, don't do it. Oh, good, we took the sector. All right, cool, 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 cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Shoot. All right, we cleared that sector. Shoot. Now we're gonna figure it out. My friends, if you made it through the entire video, dude, freaking congratulations. That's a long time watching me die in a video game and talk about nonsense. So I appreciate it. If you're new, hey, welcome. If you're old, and by old I mean you've seen me one time before, I thank you. I appreciate it. My friends, as always, that wasn't what I was saying, but as always, happy Monday, good evening, and stay weird.